Okay guys, so moving on, still on the theme of tracking, but moving on. Using common sense to find lower calorie alternatives. We've just looked at some lower calorie swaps. Okay, swapping out a lot of your cooking oils that are very heavy in fat for low calorie sprays. Swapping your high fat spread for something that's lower in spread and things like that. So using common sense to find lower calorie alternatives. Okay, by now you've probably worked out that because fat has the most calories in it, if you can find foods that are low in fat, they tend to be pretty low in calories. Okay, so that can be quite helpful in terms of your search for foods. You'll sometimes, if you're looking for snacks and things to snack on, you can look for things that don't have a lot of fat in them. There's nothing wrong with fat, and you can eat fat if you want. You can eat a lot of fat as long as you hit your calorie target. But all I'm saying is finding lower fat foods is one of the easiest ways to keep your food choices quite low calorie. Okay, so with that in mind, low calorie snacks, fruit. Okay, with the exception of something like an avocado, most fruits have very little fat in them. Okay, so they tend to be quite low in calories. Strawberries, raspberries, great sources of fibre as well, very low in calories. A lot of fruit has a lot of water content in it as well, so it really doesn't have that much calories in it. So things like strawberries and raspberries and berries, very low fat and a lot of water. Okay, so they tend to be really good low calorie options. So look for things that are low fat, look for things that have a lot of water in them, obviously green leafy vegetables and things like that. Another thing that you can look for snacks is foods that are physically very light. Okay, they just don't weigh very much, there's not that much in them. Okay, I'll give you an example. Some of the crisps or potato chips, as our friends in America call them, some of the crisps that are puffy are very low in calorie. Okay, because they're very light. Okay, they're full of air. Okay, so if you're looking for something to snack on, you want to snack on something while you're watching a movie, you can find foods that are very light. Another example would be popcorn. Okay, popcorn again is very light, it doesn't have a lot of calories in it. Okay, so things like that you can use to your advantage. Okay, so it's just about using common sense to find things that are low in calories. Now, you don't always need to eat things that are low in calories. Obviously, if you've got a lot of calories to play with, you can have whatever you want. But all I'm saying is I'm giving you tips here that's going to make your numbers work, especially as you go through this fat loss phase and your calories start to get lower. You're going to need to get a little bit more creative to find lower calorie foods to make your numbers work. So that's some tips there. Okay, and in the next part we're going to move on to drinks.